Where's your degree in history? Hey, Garfield, let him talk. Garfield, let him get it out. Garfield. Where's your degree in history? Where's your degree in DNA? Where is your source of validation for any of this stuff you're talking about? For you to say that I'm a lie. You can't say I'm a lie. Come on, nigga. Now he gonna fix it up. He gotta fix it. He gonna make a fake one. Let's go. Oh, what is this? Oh, you got your name out? Yeah. Oh, you got your name out? Yeah. Oh, you got your name out? Yeah. So your name is not Garfield. So your name is not Garfield. So your name is not Garfield. I'm not saying yay or nay to that, but I'm just saying, here we go. See, at the bottom, it's for history, Bachelor of Arts, whatever. It's from a state university online degree. And y'all can look up whatever y'all want to look up. I'm good. And here we go. It's the same person, same picture. That's why I took the picture. This nigga's stupid. Yo, what school is this? It's a state. It sounds like he said he tried to be slick where it could be confused with Oregon State and tried to mix it with Online State. University, and I'll tell you that. I ain't telling nobody else that. What? Hold on, y'all. If you gonna show your bachelor's degree, why not show the school? You know why? Because he know we can go and look it up, and we can go dig it up. Oh, that this shit is fake. How do Ramon know? Because he got a degree. Ramon got a degree. That's how you know that Garfield's fake. And look at him, like a goddamn scammer. Look at his face. Look at his face. Holding up saying, yeah, I know these Yankees are dumb over here. Look at these Yankees. He's so busy covering up everything. Why you got to cover up the state university where you been? Why you not telling nobody? Because he know we can go and look it up. That's why. Right. Well, I have to holler at your genetics. Let him say, hold on, beloved. I do have a degree in history. That's why you ain't got one in genetics. I don't need a record for that. But as far as genetics and stuff, I do have to refer to the people who are the experts. Right, and they saying something totally different than what you say. Like the top 5 dead or alive expert in DNA. Rashid Khan, you better look him up. He's the one that did the most research on. Hold on, brother.
That makes sense. So, I'm not going to try to say it's a total art, but at the beginning in particular, they didn't have that much data, they didn't have that many results, so they could just look at it and just kind of assign it. Now we have like tens of millions, hundreds of millions of haplogroups, in the world. And so we have this original scaffold classification, and people are fitting it into it. And when you see like the new updated labels of these personal genomic companies like ISOG, they have it. It's because we have like so many different branches and how you assign the branches. They want to make it more systematic, right? So like my haplogroup is like, I think in theory it's like R1A, 1A, blah 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 blah. Like why is it so long? Because it's defining all of the mutational steps.
Okay. This question is number 2. Are there any genetic papers positing a mass migration of the E1E1A out of the Lebanon, Western Asia, into West Africa? That's the first part of the question. And the second part is E1E1A indigenous to Western Asia?
Yeah. I saw this, I've seen some of these. These are actually pretty deep questions in terms of I think they will be answered. So if there's one issue is tropical areas in general, we have not that much ancient DNA. And then also there's some political reasons. So for example, there's not that much ancient DNA out of Iraq. That's not because it's not dry. You know what I'm saying? There's not that much ancient DNA out of Iraq because we messed up Iraq. And researchers don't want to go into Iraq and get kidnapped or something, right? So there's political issues going on there. In Africa, like in a lot of tropical Asia, when it's wet and it's humid, DNA degrades, so it gets harder. David Reich's lab, I know they have some stuff that's coming out, delayed by COVID. They've got stuff stuff out of caves in Cameroon here and there, but we have a lot of data on Europe because it's cold and some parts are dry, especially the north during the Ice Age. We have not that much data out of West Asia. We've got some, and we have very little out of Africa, tropical Asia, right? And so some of these questions that you're asking, I can't give a really good answer because we don't have enough data. What I will say is there are connections between Africa and West Africa and Eurasia.
Thank you.
Southwest Eurasia in particular.
Thank you.
Mediterranean, West Asia, that people are just exploring. So initially, people used to think, well, Africa is the homeland of modern humans, and you use them as an outgroup, and you look at the Neanderthal admixture, and blah, 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 using Africans as zero, right? Well, it turns out the Yoruba, who are the original African population that geneticists often use from the map of 1,000 genomes, have a little bit of Neanderthal ancestry. Where'd that come from? I mean, almost certainly that's due to what we call Eurasian back migration. We call it back migration because the original pulse was out of Africa. But some Eurasians, almost certainly from West Eurasia, because you can tell that Africans look a little bit more like West Eurasians than they do, like, say, Chinese, okay? So they didn't come all the way from China. They came from where you would expect, probably the Middle East. They went into Africa. Like, when did they go into Africa? Some of them we know is relatively recent. So R1B88, that's in Chad. Working on that paper, that's clearly a Holocene. So it's within the last 12,000 years, probably with, like, pastoralists or something like that. And there's low levels of, so the Y chromosome is high frequency, so the maternal lineage is preserved. But overall, they're pretty African. But now they have been able to detect appreciable levels of Eurasian ancestry, and that ancestry is higher in the groups that have more R1B. Okay, so we know that there was recent back migration. We know that for sure. But a lot of researchers think that there was a connection to back migration pretty deep in the Pleistocene, pretty deep in the Ice Age, say like 15, 20, 30,000 years ago, right? And so when you say, so when you're asking about questions about E1, like haplogroup E in particular, I'm very, very fuzzy and non-committal. There are E's that are found in the Natufians 10,000 years ago, right? So we know that it was in the Near East a long time ago. But we don't have enough data from Africa to say that, so here's a scenario, and this is not necessarily a scenario I believe, but it's a plausible scenario. You could have E1, the ancestor, say in the southern Sahara. It goes north at the end of the Ice Age, and then it diversifies with the agriculturalists, and then it comes back with some agriculturalists. So
basically, Garfield is trying to say that the E1B1 came from Africa, and that's his stand, and he's lying on his degree. The geneticists went against that, said that they don't have enough data from Africa, and that the E1B1 has, through the Natufians, been spotted throughout Eurasia, typically the Levant, meaning the E1B1 African gene has been spotted in the Levant. Garfield lose.
how do I answer the question in that case, right? Because like, we are positing from...
No geneticists agree with him. This is a page from my ancestry to let you know that my DNA that tells you that I am a Mozambique Berber from the Ghanaya Basu and a Moroccan Berber. Say I got Virginia African American ancestry, Spanish African Ghanaya Basu. These are all Jewish ancestries. These are the African Mozabites. Here's a little history of the Mozambique Jews in French Algeria, from where my ancestry come. Garfield's a liar and a fraud. No college will graduate no such fraud like that. They're over there using their channels to keep black people ignorant, dumb, and stupid, not knowing who they are, when God sent men like me who well educated and well trained to teach us who we are with proof and evidence, and these guys are here to shoot all of that down. Very demonic, satanic, self-hating Negroes. They couldn't prove me wrong, so they've gotten all type of scholars, geneticists, historians, and all of that to go against me. But yet and still, they all agreed with me. They all agreed with me, and they disagreed with them.